Disney's Twisted Wonderland had me literally applauding in my apartment with episode 6 because Ace gives the tart over to Riddle, and wouldn't you know, it just happens to be Chestnut, which is against one of the 810 rules where you can't gift a chestnut tart over to someone on an unbirthday party. Dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. But I actually love it because I thought about it, and there are thousands of laws in the United States, and I doubt that the Queen of Hearts is the one who came up with all 810 of these rules, even though I know she's petty and loves rules. So that means that over the years, people have just been adding the pettiest shit in the rule book for House Heartstable. And I love it. I want the backstory on every single one of these rules because you know there has to be the dumbest story in the world for why some of these rules got added. And I think that'd be a hilarious comedy put into the chibi format that's at the end of these episodes. I would eat that shit up. But the reason I was applauding is because while we do get Riddle's backstory, and it's sad, he was locked away, he wasn't allowed to have friends, his parents were very controlling, and that's very sad. But Ace cooks him because, look, I, and apparently Ace, subscribe to the belief that who you are as a person shows through a lot more in your reaction to your surroundings, less so than the surroundings themselves. And Ace rips into Riddle about, look, you don't have to do this. You are just making everyone else as miserable as you were because you just were miserable and you had nothing going for you, so you don't want anyone else going for you in life. He cooked him. And he got Deuce, he got Grim, he got Yukin involved. Granted, everyone else was pussied out, but they cooked him, and I loved it. But then we get into his actual backstory, we find all of this out, and then we also find out that Trey's been lifelong friends with Riddle, and when we go into the library, Ace cooks Trey. And this one's the most valid one in my opinion, because he literally calls him a bad friend because he did absolutely nothing to help Riddle, which, mind you, it's not like he could stand up to his family or anything, but he could have at least been a better friend after he left his house and went into the academy and stood up for him and stood up for what he believed in, because everyone else is suffering because of it, and Trey is just sitting and letting it happen, and Ace cooks him for it, and I love it. But this is where the headmaster reveals that if they don't like it, they can challenge Riddle for the seat of the head of House Heartstable, and they get cooked, because what did they expect? Yes, they got their collars removed, but magic's allowed, and we literally saw that Riddle's entire magic is these locks around people's necks that prevents magic, so of course he was just going to put them right back on them. There was no thoughts going through their brain into actually thinking that they were going to win this. Maybe there's still a chance, but that was ridiculous. Also, Yukin has the power of a Disney adult where he can just watch Disney movies in his head. I don't know what that's about, but clearly it's leading to something huge. I have no idea, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. Drop a like and follow, and as always, stay nerdy.